people like the shoe game. A lot of people are still getting back into it again in some areas. Some people are getting away from it. But one thing that's kind of disgusting is if you do it during the dance, those shoes are pretty, yeah. So you don't want to do that. And somebody's asking, what are some options? Instead of using shoes, what other props would you use to differentiate between your bride and groom? And then even situations right now you're going to run into where you have a groom and a groom or a bride and a bride. So you've got a variety of different things, and people are still wanting to have fun with a shoe game type of activity. So, gentlemen, what are some suggestions? What have you seen? What have you used?
You go first, because I know what you're doing, and I've got a few other directions to go.
Nice. I use black and white flip flops. Old Navy, $3 flip flops, black and white or black. If we have a same sex couple, I've seen other ones in the past, but or in the past. But I'm gonna let Dan share what he uses because I don't want to step on anything he has. But Old Navy black and white flip flops, they're very flat, fit in my case very nicely. I will give you a hint that I like to do at the end of the shoe game really quick, is I like to invite one of the brides and groom's parents up there unannounced, like they have no idea. The bride and groom, of course, approve it, but then I invite their parents up and see their eyes and ask them about 7 questions, and it is hilarious. I'm like, well, John and Lori, how long have you guys been married? We've been married for 32 years, so you guys got to be pretty good at this game, right? So then we start asking the questions, but inviting the parents up after the bride and groom without them having any knowledge of it. The bride and groom, of course, approve it, but their parents had no idea is hilarious. It's a good twist.
Nice. So like Cubbie, I do use the flip flops. That's been my go-to for a little while now, from this kind of same standpoint of just like disgusting, like don't take your shoes off type of thing. But some of the other things that I've either gone the direction of, or I've considered going, or I've even just heard of. One time I've also done, like when I've been at a brewery, I've had couples do their drinks. So how many times have you gone to the bar, or at least you're by the bar, and you see like her drink, his drink, or or his whatever it is, but they have their own signature drinks. So they each have those, and then they kind of hold them up, and then I've gone so far with a couple of them where, well, if you don't agree, then it's time to take a drink. Like you turn it into a drinking game. You got to be a little careful with that one, but still having their own signature drinks. I've had, especially for same-sex couples who want to go this direction, if they're using 2 color tones, picking up something like even just putting them on a stick with like a piece of cardboard type of idea, almost like a photo booth prop type of piece. But because there's the 2 different colors maybe that they're using for their wedding, you just say, okay, this is Susie's and this is, Samantha's, right? So you've got whatever their color is, and you identify it that way. I've had some people, when you're having, heterosexual couples, do a Barbie and Ken doll. So that's another direction that you can go. So they're holding up dolls as opposed to shoes, as opposed to something along those lines. So those have been kind of the ones that I've seen stand out. You really can get as creative as even like interests that they have.
Yes.
So dig into getting to know who they are. Like you could do college mascots if they went to different colleges. You could do, I had one couple, and I didn't go this direction because we did something else because they didn't want the shoe game, but they were teachers at a school, and one was science and another one, I think the other one was English or something like that. And so, one idea I had, kind of a thought was, you could hold up a science piece and like a book, you know what I mean? Like something that's an interest that could really also work into that factor.
And I think that interest one is the direction I would highly recommend, especially when using, whether it doesn't matter the couple, because if you can find something that really fit and most of the crowd knows it. I had one situation where one was hard hat and one was cowboy hat. One loved horses, one was a master welder. Everybody knew it. So it was a very simple way to do it. I've got sock monkeys. Those are used quite a bit. I've got the baseball hats that one says bride, one says groom. That are white and black. There's a variety of things, but I think the ones that are most successful are the ones where it fits. One time, she was International Tractor and he was John Deere Tractor. So you have a red tractor and a green tractor. So, they held up for the red tractor when it was in, yeah. So I think that idea of finding something is certainly the best. And you can find that out from their conversation. One time there was someone who liked to cook, and I don't remember, cook and fish. So one was a soup ladle and the other one was a little mini fishing rod. like an ice fishing jig, fishing rod. Ice fishing is where we go out in the middle of winter and the lakes are frozen over. There's this thick layer of ice, and we drive out there with a car. We drill a hole through it, and then we use a short fishing rod to catch fish. So that's
It was an international.
Where John lives, he does that in May.
I do that. Yeah, I just yesterday finished up ice fishing for the winter. It's great. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's jump to our next question, gentlemen.